Welcome to All is Possible number 6. We have been offering these online retreats to connect with the Ascended Masters and to share about our teachings, what we do in our community. So for the ones who are new, you can go to our website or YouTube channel and you will find the replays for All is Possible 1 through 5. If you want to know what we did before, this All is Possible number 6. But today we are introducing a new frequency. So if you're here for the first time, you're welcome and you'll receive a lot of light today. So we always love to know where everyone is connecting from. And we've been sharing that before recording. So Simbel, would you quickly want to go through all that people shared?
And we have Alaska, England, Maryland, England, Wales, Ireland, Oregon, Maryland again, and California.
Good. We have now someone's adding London, New Jersey, USA. We are in the Dominican Republic, Samaná. And so for the ones who are new, I'm Gaitana. And together with Yantal, we share the Enlightened Education teachings we receive from the Ascended Masters. I'll explain what these teachings are. But basically, it's to help us neutralize our defeat mindset, our failure mindset, and discover our true purpose and unlock our divine potential. So it's important to say that these are Ascended Master teachings because it means that we are receiving authentic keys to liberation. Yes. So Enlightened Education will help all of you integrate your higher self. And this is incrementally, it's a journey in itself, because we mostly function from the small self, from the victim mindset. So it requires a little bit of discipline and practice and surrendering and so many things to be, first of all, connecting with the higher self and then embodying, integrating the higher self consciousness. And this is how we accelerate our spiritual growth, our soul advancement. And when we integrate with our higher self, we start dissolving karmic imprints, ancestral blockages, so that we can really make progress on the path and fulfill our purpose mission. So it's a very joyful path. And at the same time, we have to purify a lot of karma, a lot of what we call the shadow, the darkness in us, right? So we are not the darkness, but the darkness is in us. And we have to take responsibility for clearing all that, right? For that, we have tools. We have the support of these Ascended Masters we mentor with. And we have a community. We have a guru mentor in our community, who is us. And we have the teachings. And we have the Sangha, the community of believers and practitioners and the Chilas walking in the path of the Ascended Masters. And that's how we, with the three jewels, the guru, teaching, and community, we can make progress, okay? So welcome to all who are new to these teachings. We will start, as always, by setting the intention for this 2-hour retreat. In this retreat, we will meditate, we will practice, we will share wisdom, we will have a time for a Q&A. Yes, it's 2 hours of pure wisdom and pure love. And it's important to know that these are not just one-time retreats. Yes, so it's advisable that you keep on showing up every first Sunday of the month, because with these retreats, we're creating a spiral of energy. And then what we share in the retreats will provide guidance for a whole month. That means there's a message for all of you that you will connect with in this retreat and practices, of course. And then you have to do something about all that you received today. It's not enough just to sit here and be here today. It's a very good first step. But then for a whole month, you'll feel this impulse to become more and to heal more and to love yourselves more. And that will come with the application of the tools and practices, right? So let's take a few moments to connect with our hearts and have a chance to write down. If you have a piece of paper, you can write down your intention, not just for today, for the whole month. What will you use the light that you received today for? What is it that you want to heal inside or to manifest or to open to shift, to transform? Once you connect with that in your heart, if you're willing, you can use a chat box to share with others, because all the intentions together will create a force field today of possibilities, of opportunities, and we can all support one another to be victorious, to overcome. So for Swana is embody love. We'll give you time to share. Linda, let go of fear. Yes. Saiba, need to heal and focus on the unworthiness wound. Thank you for sharing that. Some have shared before that it's about purification. Monica, yes, unworthiness was a big one for me also. Good. I know that every intention is touching everyone's heart, right? It's not like, oh, they are saying that, but I don't need that. We all need something of what everyone is sharing. Kina is saying to lighten my heart and free it from anger, pride, arrogance, fear, doubt, and bring in more of the light of dignity. Yes, purify, purify. So yes, purification seems to be the theme today. Simbel, amplify the light within to share out in the world. Yeah. That's exactly what will happen today. So these are the specific individual intentions. The general intention or the purpose for these retreats is to get ready to walk the path of light. We have two paths that we can be walking as human beings, as divine beings on earth, either a path of light or the path of ambition and greed. That's the path of the ego, right? Of material success and thinking that we have to do things outside of ourselves externally, and that's gonna take care of everything. Yes. So if we really want to walk a path of light, as we said before, that involves inner purification, soul purification. And the best way to do that is to balance karma. Karma is the law of cause and effect. For every thought, emotion, or action, we create an effect, a consequence that will eventually cycle back, and we'll have to deal with that to requalify that energy, right? And the best way to balance karma then is to purify all the shadow aspects in us, all the resistance in us to the light, is to fulfill our reason for being. Unless we fulfill our reason for being, we find and fulfill our purpose, we will not balance the karma, yeah? And the best way to do that is to engage in the work of the Ascended Masters. When we serve the cause of any of the Ascended Masters, that accelerates the balancing of karma, because it means that we are investing time, resources, energy in bringing more light to the world and more light to our consciousness, to our body, to our reality. So our teachings, we call them Enlightened Education. The Masters told us that our mission is to educate the soul, yes, in the light. That's why it's Enlightened Education. It's not academic education. And Enlightened Education represents the educational blueprint for the Golden Age. The educational blueprint for the Golden Age. We have been guided by the world teachers, Master Jesus and Master Kuthumi, to share practical spiritual technology to accelerate global enlightenment and ascension. We are here to educate the soul, our souls, right? Till we can become liberated. So we would love to dedicate these online retreats to advance the cause of the world teachers, so that all is possible. All means God. So this means that God realization, finding out who we truly are and fulfilling that purpose for being here on earth is possible for all willing hearts. So we can find God here on earth, right? That's what we're here for. We have to find God in our hearts. Now, we find that sometimes when we hear that all is possible, we get very excited, but it's the ego getting excited, saying, oh, I'll make more money. I'll have a better job. I'll buy more cars. I'll have more friends. I'll show off this or that, right, to other people. But all is possible is not a mantra for the ego. The ego thinks that it needs to create more things to be successful and to feel better or to feel superior or to feel more important. This is a mantra for God realization. Yes? So all is possible means that if we have a burning desire for God, for the light, for the truth, we will find the way to get there. Yes, it can be a long way or a short way. It depends on us. So enlightenment is possible when you are in the presence of the Ascended Masters. We all mentor with Ascended Masters in this community. When we remember our life plan and when we are willing to fulfill it. It's not enough to know who we are or what we are here for. We have to be willing to fulfill it till the end, okay? So what we find as the shadow of the all is possible consciousness is the I can't. I can't. This is too much. It's too heavy to carry my cross. The cross means the karma. Life is getting too difficult. All the causes that I set in motion before are cycling back and all the karma is returning. Not as punishment, it's helping you become liberated from that and shift the energy to find your dharma, your purpose in life, right? But we can't find purpose unless we clear karma before. Because karma is kind of a veil. We don't see reality because we have all this accumulation of darkness inside. And fear, basically, right? So with a lot of fear, we can't unlock higher realities because we're not prepared emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, right? So what does I can't mean? It's not just a naive statement of the victim. It's the victim in us saying, I can't. The master in us would never, ever, ever say that, right? So what does I can't mean? First of all, it's a projection. Did you ever think that I can't is a projection? I'll explain why. First of all, it's a lie to begin with. We cannot say I can't because we are divine beings. So when we are saying I can't, we are lying. Second is a projection because it means that we are denying God's abundance and perfection and blaming God for our inner and outer conditions. I'll say this again. When we say I can't, we are denying God's abundance and perfection and blaming God for our inner and outer conditions. What we are actually saying when we say I can't is God is not giving me the resources to overcome. That's why it's a projection. God is not giving me what I need, the resources, time, money, courage, patience, whatever, right? He's not giving me the resources to overcome. So then we are projecting onto God our non-desire to change. So the real truth when we say I can't is I don't want to. Because God is constantly providing. God is constantly giving us the right tools, the right people, the right places, the right everything. Yes? To just take the next step and the next step and the next step. It's about walking. Yeah? You move forward, we walk forward. So when we say I can't, we are denying God in us. We are saying there's no light in me. There's no divinity in me. There's no presence in me who can help me overcome. So then we deny all of God's abundance. We don't see all that we are receiving on a daily basis to be victorious. So when we say I can't, it's always the victim that instead of accepting, I don't want to use the resources God has given me to overcome because I want to keep them for myself, I blame it onto God. I project it onto God. Yes. And it's really hiding the inner rebellion. So a good starting point would be to be honest with ourselves. Every time we say, I can't, and we get angry or frustrated, or we feel impotent, or we project onto other people, saying, okay, there's a part of me, or all of me maybe, that doesn't want to invest more on the journey, that doesn't want to give more and be more and show up in a higher way. So then we're speaking the truth there. And then, only then can we take responsibility. Because then I'm left with myself saying, I don't want to. So I face my own rebellion, and that's very easy. I have an option there. Either I break through that or I don't. But there's nobody to blame. Yes. And then maybe we say, you know what, right now, I don't want to change. Okay, but that's on you. What we cannot do is project it onto others, let alone God. Because what will we receive? The multiplication of rebellion, right? It's going to be very, very heavy. So the path always starts with the truth and with an honest self-inquiry. And this is every step of the way, right? So in our community, there shouldn't exist the I can't, because that's unreality. Yeah, it's always I can, I'll find the way, I have all the resources, all the connections, all the right people around me, the masters, a beautiful force field of love truth where I will find all that I need if I surrender, if I want to be victorious. Yes, that's why all is possible, really. So as from today, all is possible on a 6, and till the end of December, we're going to do one all is possible at the beginning of each month. We will be connecting with the world teachers. So we are stepping up the frequency of these retreats. If you've been in All is Possible 1 through 5, that was foundational frequencies just to get introduced into our community and teachings. And now we are going higher. Yes. So I want to introduce the world teachers to all of you. The world teachers are Master Kuthumi and Master Jesus. If you're not familiar with Master Kuthumi, because it's the first time you hear his name, he was, for example, Saint Francis in another embodiment. He was Shah Jahan, the builder of the temple in India, the Taj Mahal. Yeah, so he was Pythagoras. He had many embodiments, right? But now he's Master Kuthumi, an ascended master. So together with Jesus, they represent the universal Christ to unascended mankind. There's only one Christ, Christ consciousness. Jesus was one representative of the Christ consciousness, but we are all being called to become the Christ, the anointed ones, the ones carrying the light in our hearts. And the world teachers reveal the everlasting gospel. That gospel that will not be destroyed, has not been distorted by humanity, because it will awaken in our hearts. And that's the second coming that Jesus promised, right? So I'll quote from the Ascended Master Encyclopedia.org. Well teacher is an office in hierarchy held by those ascended beings whose attainment qualifies them to represent the universal and personal Christ to unascended mankind. In other terms, Christ is the higher self. Yes, they teach us how to embody the higher self to bring more light to the world. The office of world teacher, formerly held by Maitreya, was passed to Jesus and his disciple, Saint Francis Kuthumi, on January the 1st, 1956. Serving under Lord Maitreya, Jesus and Kuthumi are responsible for setting forth the teachings in this 2,000-year cycle, leading to individual self-mastery and the Christ consciousness. So they provide the teachings for the age of Aquarius. They sponsor all souls seeking union with God, tutoring them in the fundamental laws governing the cause-effect sequences of their own karma, and teaching them how to come to grips with the day-to-day challenges of their individual dharma, one's duty to fulfill the Christ potential through the sacred labor. It's through sacred labor that we do this. The term well-teacher lowercase refers to the embodied disciple who dedicates himself to the lifetime calling of planetary enlightenment under the universal Christ. This appellation is descriptive of the disciple's chosen sacred labor and dedication to it. It is not an indication of his attainment or that he has necessarily qualified himself to share the office or mantle of Jesus and Kuthumi. But it's an invitation to get started, okay? So for some reason, all the ones who are here today or listening to the replay later, the well teachers are calling you because they see something in you that you could be activating in your heart and putting to use so that you find your sacred labor, your way of contributing to collective liberation, enlightenment, ascension. And for that, we have to receive training. Yes, there's no wishful thinking here. But at least the well teachers are calling your hearts today to step up in frequency, to give more of yourselves, to trust that there's something in you that is beneficial to all sentient life, and you'll have to discover what that is. So the important thing is that the world teachers are telling us that we are in a new dispensation, Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. So we need a new curriculum to bring more light into the world. The new curriculum will incorporate all the disciplines, all the teachings that we have been receiving from previous dispensations. But now we have to reach humanity in more practical ways, direct ways, because now is the time for collective enlightenment. Now it's the time for collective liberation. Yes. So we'll share about our technology in particular at the end of the retreat, but they have given us different light codes. That's how we very swiftly start awakening the higher self in us till we can fully embody that and be of service to the world. So this curriculum and this calling of the world teachers is to walk the path of the ascended masters. We say there's a path of light or the path of ambition and greed. So the world teachers only call the ones who want to let go of that other path, which is unreal and leads to perdition of the soul. And it's kind of rescuing all the souls that are ready to receive more light and step up in frequency. So for that, you will incrementally have to detach more and more from mass consciousness, because you can't receive the inspiration of the world teachers and keep your attachment to mass consciousness, the world of illusion. Because the world teachers help us open the crown chakra. Yes? Connecting your heart to the world teachers means that you will receive the true doctrine. Most of the doctrine has been distorted or manipulated. So it's good that we receive the mysteries of the indwelling Christ that have been lost or distorted by humanity, so that we can find a way to go back home. Home to Mother, Father, Alpha, Omega, the great central sun, God, Creator, Source. So as I was saying, the world teachers also help you open your crown chakra to remember who you are and how you can bring more light to the world. But this requires inner work, yes? Because we have to dig deep to understand how we can serve the mission of the masters. So in the All is Possible retreat, from now on, we will be welcoming the ray of illumination. Master Kuthumi serves under the second ray of illumination so that we can challenge our individual collective shadow. We have to do shadow work, alchemy, right? Because we can't find the light unless we purify our soul. They will help us embrace our light, our divine essence and potential. But the potential is veiled by karma and ancestral imprints. So we have to remove that. There's no other way of doing it. They help us co-create a force field of love truth to simplify our connection with Source. And basically, they will help us be victorious till we completely eradicate the defeat mindset, failure mindset, and the I can't, and the blaming and projection onto God. Yeah. So this will be the specific curriculum for the All is Possible retreats, not all of it today, but just for you to be inspired to keep on coming every first Sunday of the month. During these online retreats, we will amplify the light in our hearts and crown chakras to connect with the sacredness of our calling and healing journey. When the Masters call, it's a sacred moment. Acknowledge our desire for the light and have the inner permission to choose the spiritual life. Neutralize all forms of guilt for dedicating your life to God. When we feel guilt, this can manifest as physical pain and unrest and multiple blockages. Open our heart to humanity to support individual collective freedom. Be more committed as students or chelas of the Ascended Masters. They're asking for more commitment, more dedication. Be the bridge between spirit and matter. Be the open door. Spend more time in the realms of light instead of the astral plane. Let go of the attachments and excuses that distract us from focusing on liberation, enlightenment, and ascension. And follow the discipline of joy. Today, we're starting a new cycle with our community, which is walking the path in a joyful way. We reach the frequency of joy, okay? And every Ascended Master has a keynote. Keynote is music that connects us to the heart and the electronic presence of the Masters. And the keynote for Jesus is joy to the world. You must know, joy to the world, right? So that's why they are calling us, because we are opening our heart to joy. So isn't this exciting that they are calling us? They are wanting to give us all this every Sunday, first Sunday of the month. But for that, we have to show up and do some disciplines that they will start sharing today. And we'll just create a spiral. It's not all at the same time. It's a whole journey. But it's very auspicious that Jesus and Kuthumi are calling all of us today. So we'll start now sharing a few practices that we do in our community, especially to welcome the new students, so that you feel this vibration and you start connecting with all is possible, the victory mindset, victory consciousness in you. So I will start by, first of all, asking for protection as we are here together doing these practices. I'll call our mission protectors, and then we'll go into the practices. In the name of the I Am that I Am, we now call forth our mission protectors so that they guard our path. Protect our Guru Mentor, protect our teachings, protect our community. Heavenly and worldly protectors, Elohim and elemental life, archangels and legions of angels, spirit of the Great White Brotherhood, masters of the Ruby Ray lineage, help us embody our prosperity consciousness so that we can benefit all sentient life. Avert the inner and outer obstacles that could prevent us from revealing our true nature by returning to the I Am. As we open the door of humanity, help us dispel all conflict and disharmony, support our constructive endeavors, increase the virtue of auspiciousness, and swiftly show us how to accomplish all our enlightened activities so that we can fulfill our global service and be victorious. Guide us as we completely purify our individual planetary karma and consecrate our life to the activity of the light. We vow to use our sacred energy to liberate humanity from samsara. To achieve collective enlightenment and ascension, we pray. To achieve collective enlightenment and ascension, we pray. To achieve collective enlightenment and ascension, we pray. So the first tool that we, or practice that we do in our community to be centered, to be grounded, to be in the body and start receiving light is the sacred breath. So Simbel, who is one of our life mentors, will guide you through that and explain a little bit what that is about.
Yeah, the sacred breath is one of my favorite tools. It was one of the first tools I learned when I joined Enlightened Education. And when I think about it, you know, the breath is so incredibly sacred. It's the first thing that when we embody as humans and we come out into the world, is the first thing we do, and it's the last thing that we do. And so it's with us the entire time that we're here in embodiment, is the sacred breath. And this practice helps us bring in more light. It helps us clear what's not of the light. And it really just centers us and grounds us. And it's also known as box breathing or square breathing, yet we add an extra element to it because it's a process of inhaling to the count of 4, holding your breath to the count of 4, exhaling to the count of 4, and holding your breath again to the count of 4. So it's sort of makes a square, if you can visualize it that way. And while we do that, we also add an affirmation. So as we inhale, we say, I receive. And when we hold our breath, we say, I alchemize. And when we exhale, we return. And then when we hold again, we re-encode. And this is a process of receiving light and alchemizing what is not of the light, and then returning that back to source, and then re-encoding more light within our being. So it is very sacred, and it's a wonderful practice that can be used anytime, just to help bring one back to center. And the part also that sort of complements the sacred breath is our pillar of light, because we really do need to clear ourselves. If we want to receive more light, we need to clear ourselves of that which is not the light. And we carry a lot inside of us that we don't realize, but there's a lot we do realize, emotions and thoughts and negative things that irritate us. So I would just encourage everybody to think about something right now that they want to bring into their pillar of light today, just to help alchemize it and clean it, purify it, wash it. So just take a moment and think of something that you'd like to bring in, and go ahead and close your eyes. And just visualize some golden light coming in to your body through your crown chakra. Just feel it moving down your pillar of light, which runs from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Open your heart to receive this light. And you can bring whatever it is that you want to bring into this pillar of light now. And below your feet, just visualize a star. This is your Earth Star chakra. And above your head, above the crown, your Soul Star chakra. And you can begin to rotate each of them in different directions, one clockwise, the other counterclockwise, just to create this vortex within your pillar of light. And feel this magnetic energy moving. As more and more light comes in from above. And now we'll begin the sacred breath. So let's inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale to receive. Hold to alchemize. Exhale to return. And hold to re-encode. Inhale, I receive. Hold, I alchemize. Exhale, I return. Hold. I re-encode. Inhale. I receive. Hold. I alchemize. Exhale. I return. Hold. I re-encode. I receive more golden light. I alchemize all that is not of the light. I return back to the light. And I re-encode more light within. We'll do one more time. I receive. I alchemize. I return. I re-encode. You can just begin to breathe in and out. Really visualize your pillar of light being illuminated. And now you can visualize wings. This is freedom. The wings always symbolize freedom. Feel those coming out of your back. And just open your heart to receive more light. Feel it coming down through your crown. Continue to breathe, to feel this exchange. And now you can take these wings and wrap them around you, creating a haven. Knowing that you are safe, filled with light and love within inside your temple. And you can take another breath, and when you're ready, open your eyes.
The way Sylvelle guided this meditation is beautiful because it's actually enfolding your soul with these wings of victory, of the spirit, so that as you walk the path of light, there are many challenging moments, of course, but you know that you're always held, you're never forsaken. There's always someone, something that will help you along the path if you stay vigilant, stay alert, and have the desire to get closer to God. So thank you, Sylvelle, for that. You can practice a sacred breath in any moment. It's one of the favorite practices in our community. People even told me that when they are at the doctor's or before surgery even, they do this and they get more connected and they feel peace in the heart and they trust the moment, they can surrender to the moment. So it's good if, for the ones who have high levels of stress, keep on doing that, you know, because you're connecting more with yourself. That will help you purify and empty things from your system. It's kind of a detox that we do energetically. So that's foundational. And now Swana, the other life mentor in our community, she'll share about our forgiveness prayer, another amazing practice to start balancing karma. This is to start balancing.
Lovely. Thank you, Gaitana. So this is a beautiful prayer that's been given to Gaitana Yantal by Saint Germain. And it is only 2 lines, but it is full of codes of light. And every time we say it, these codes go deeper, and they are going into all the programs, all the records, all the shadows that we hold, so much that we don't see and recognize within ourselves. Maybe some do come up and we start to become aware of it. But the beauty of this tool is that it does the alchemy. It is like a sword of light, and it just knows exactly where to go and what to pierce, because it is divine technology. So it has that intelligence just to go in and pierce those pockets of shadows that we are ready to release. So there's many things in this forgiveness prayer, but it's very simple and it is very powerful. And there's so much compassion in it as well. And it's one of my favourite practices. And over the period of 3 years since I've been starting to say this prayer every day, the practice deepens and you see more and you discover more. And I see more records gradually coming up, memories, feelings, things that I may have thought I had dealt with in the past that come up to be remembered because there's something that I need to take a deeper look at and release. So it is in itself a forgiveness. We are learning to forgive ourselves. We are learning to be compassionate with ourselves. And so it's very beautiful. And it is also us learning to take responsibility for what we have created. It is our way of carrying the cross, carrying that responsibility for the shadows that we have created. And in that, we are beginning that process of liberating ourselves. And so it's a huge gift. So I will say it one time first, just for you to hear the prayer. And then I will say it on behalf of all of us 9 times. So if you want to feel into or think about anything within your own shadows that you want to alchemize today, you just bring that in your intention while I say this prayer. But I will say it one time first so you can hear this prayer. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. And again, it's just a reminder of all those light codes within this beautiful prayer and how simple it is and what a gift it is that we just need to say this as often as we can. We may be able to say it in the morning or in the evening, for 5 minutes or for longer. Depends how deep you wish to go, but you can build on this practice.
So sorry,
now,
before we go to that, Simbel, could you type it in the chat box for the new one so that they know the words and we can give it together? Yeah. And there's also a short form, which is I forgive and I bless, I forgive and I bless, I forgive and I bless, right? So maybe Swana, once it's on the chat box, we can do 9 times of the long one and a couple of times of the short one. We have the 2 options depending on the time we have to do that on a daily basis.
Okay, lovely. So I'll do the forgiveness prayer 9 times on behalf of all of us. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. I bless myself and I bless my Creator. and just feel the beauty of that violet flame burning through all of those shadows within you that you are ready to release and forgive within yourself. And now I shall say the simpler version that is equally as powerful. I forgive and I bless. 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 I forgive and I bless.
This is an activity of the violet flame. Are you all familiar with the violet flame? Yes, some are saying yes, yes, okay. And Luna, would you like to share a little bit of what the violet flame does when we invoke the violet flame and we do either the forgiveness prayer or decrease to the violet flame?
Yes, the violet flame is a flame of transmutation. And when we invoke the violet flame, we invoke it within ourselves and around us. And it purifies all the distortions that we have within our system, within our energy field. It burns away, it transforms into and brings it back to purity. So the more we invoke it, the more we cultivate this energy, it purifies all that we are requesting it to purify. And it transforms it so that you begin to feel more of your divine self, more of your true self. And you don't feel the pain of the distortions. You don't feel the suffering of it. So I enjoy saying this, the violet flame decrees, and there are many of them that help you come back to the Christ within yourself. And it's beautiful. It's very quick. It's very simple, but it's very, very effective. And you can say it wherever you are, whether you're standing at a bus stop or in a queue. It's very easy to say. So it's a great practice to cultivate. And I think it's one of the tools that you need to have in your spiritual toolbox that will create miracles. It truly creates miracles, because when you see your true self, you begin to perform, you begin to live your life from the true self. And it's freedom. It is a freedom flame.
Yes, absolutely. So it has a vibration of mercy, compassion, forgiveness. And don't we need that to balance karma? Yes. So the violet flame is the cosmic eraser. So we've done lots of things, said lots of things, and thought about lots of things that are not beneficial. But then with the violet flame, we can start erasing those records and memories, causes and effects of conflict, disharmony, chaos, so that we can go back to our real essence. So it's very profound. Now, I just want to clarify that when we do violet flame decrease or forgiveness prayer, and these are tools given to humanity by Saint Germain, because he's the hierarch of the age of Aquarius. So he's introducing quicker practices for us to become liberated, because we don't have much time to become liberated. You know, there's a cycle, a window of opportunities, and we have to take advantage of that. So they are quickening us to balance karma faster. It's not enough just to say the violet flame and ask for forgiveness or forgive others and keep on doing the same thing. And even if we then correct the behavior, we start the forgiveness process with the violet flame. That means we start a process of sincere repentance, because we are aware of the impact of our negative thoughts and negative emotions and negative actions. And we want to stop it and take responsibility for that. But it's not just enough to say, I'm sorry, and do violet flame forever and not change and transform and grow. Then we have to go into the phase of reparation or rectification of the action. That means that if we did something that is not beneficial, we soften ourselves and the karma by forgiving ourselves and others so that we don't have a heavier cross. But then we have to actually correct that. Means do something in a different way. Yes, to love someone we have been hating, or to help someone we have been attacking, or whatever we have been doing, right? So really the complete alchemy happens when we show up in a different way. Yes, but we start softening our hearts with the violet flame, but it's not enough to balance karma. Yes, I want to make sure we all understand that. We just go into the records, we are shown the records, we have the opportunity to clear them. And what that means is that the masters lift the weight of karma for a while till we cultivate enough energy to go repair the action. But the violet flame does not take the record away altogether. Yes? It requires always mastery and responsibility to rectify. So let's go now into our circle of healing mentors. There are a few ascended masters we connect with for healing. One is Master Hilarion. He's the Shohan of the fifth ray of health, abundance, truth, and precipitation. So Master Hilarion. Green Tara and Amoghasiddhi. There are two Buddhas of the Karma family. Karma means action. The Holy Family, that's Mother Mary, Joseph, who is Saint Germain actually, and Jesus. The Medicine Buddha, he's a blue Buddha, not because he's blue. He has a lot of blue in his aura because of the medicine he brings to humanity. And Archangel Raphael. So if you can visualize Master Hilarion, if you don't know Master Hilarion, we just bring his presence before you. Green Tara and Amoghasiddhi to the right. The Holy Family behind you. The Medicine Buddha to your left. And at the center of this healing circle is Archangel Raphael. We all need inner healing because we are guiding the soul towards freedom, liberation. And we start the journey with a fragmented soul. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here in embodiment. So when the soul is fragmented, the soul for psychologists is the inner child. She does not have the power to heal and to rise above the egoic creation. So the soul wakes up to her karma, to the shadow around her. But if she's very fragmented, she doesn't have the power to heal and to rise above the shadow. She's stuck there. No matter what she does, she's stuck there, right? So the soul, unless we do this work, is stuck in cycles of suffering and abuse. That can be physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, spiritual abuse. And then we want to blame others, for the conditions we are in, but it's actually all the records that the soul is carrying and has not purified yet. So we need to guide the soul from our Christ consciousness. We have to guide her to find real love and dissolve the trauma of being in the darkness so long. When we have been in the darkness for so long, first of all, we end up believing we deserve that. We need to stay there because that's all we can experience. We become the victim, and we don't have enough inspiration or power or love or wisdom to rise. So it's important to parent and to tutor the soul and help her rise. The Ascended Masters call the soul her because the Christ is the he and the soul is the her, right? Feminine, masculine. So what happens in the alchemy of the heart is that the soul can rise to the heart, the presence can go down to the heart, and then we have the holy matrimony of the soul and the Christ to immortalize the soul. So the soul is never lost again. She can make her ascension, never come back to the cycle of samsara, yes, and become truly liberated, permanently liberated. So for that, Master Hilarion has given us a mantra, and that's how we all start the journey, at least in this community. And the mantra is truth above all else. So again, Simbel, could you share that on the chat box? Thank you. Truth above all else. Unless the soul wants the truth very, very badly, she has to really crave for that truth, because it's not enough then to rise. If we just say, well, I would love the truth, if it's easy, if it's comfortable, if it doesn't challenge or trigger me so much. No, it's a burning desire for truth. You're hungry for truth. Unless you have that hunger for truth, the soul will not rise. Because you need to connect with your higher self to be victorious. Yes? When we say truth above all else, it's a mantra. The mantra will release medicine inside. We are neutralizing the victim and its excuses and projections. We can't help the soul if we hold on to excuses and projections. Yes? We will sink. We have many books on our website, but one is called The Child, the Master, and the Inner God. This is the cover. It's a PDF, so you can download it from our website very, very quickly. I would strongly recommend for the new ones joining us today to purchase that. It's very, very affordable. We have all the foundational teachings there. And on page number 6, we talk about the concept of the iceberg. So in this book, you will find lots of tools and wisdom around how the soul starts the healing journey. And you will make the connection with the Ascended Masters with practical tools you can practice at home, very short and easy. You have the link there to the book on the chat box. So I want to read a little bit from page 6 to understand the concept of the iceberg. Because we all start a healing journey thinking, well, I'll just breathe, know about the chakras, and I'll be fine. But it's a deeper journey we are in, right? Because we have to rescue the soul from its own shadow. So I'll quote from page 6. It is essential to heal all our inner aspects before creating a new life, because we cannot build a prosperous reality on an unstable foundation or a foundation of unreality. Like an iceberg, human beings show only a part of the whole. So this is a triggering part in the journey. People come showing the 10% of who they are, accommodating lots of things and showing off and this and that. But then they've got the 90% that we are here to heal together, right? Underwater lies the accumulation of unprocessed experiences and the dormant potential that we need to activate to realize ourselves. So on a healing journey, we will be shown the 90% of the iceberg that we have been hiding from ourselves even. We are often surprised by the endless layers of trauma, fear, insecurities, and painful memories that manifest when we begin our healing journey. But it is necessary to recognize them in order to transform ourselves. So we have to come out of denial, face the shadow, and be willing to do the alchemy. Everything that has been repressed will seek liberation. So you start a journey with the healing mentors, with the Ascended Masters, and all that has been repressed will seek liberation incrementally, of course. It's a spiral of healing. By expanding your consciousness and activating your inner light, you will illuminate your unconscious records and memories and be able to identify the limiting patterns that create discomfort. Your victim body will be awakened. And you might be wondering, why would I do that? I'll explain why. Your victim body, the pain body, will be awakened, which contains the causes and effects of everything that is creating blockages and a distorted use of your life force energy. This deficient matrix will show you what needs to be healed with the power of unconditional love. Divine love is the medicine of this age. Did you ever think of love as medicine? But it is. Not the human romantic love, divine love, we're saying. When we vibrate in this frequency of love, we awaken the necessary virtues to transcend the attachment to an artificial belief system that disconnects us from our inner wisdom. Love humbles us and allows us to contemplate ourselves and others with compassion. It awakens our karuna consciousness. Karuna means compassion. That is the compassionate action that frees us from suffering. Now, why would we start a healing journey knowing that we will activate our victim body, our victim consciousness? Ashaya, would you like to share why would someone do that? Well, we have to actually do that if we want to be liberated.
Well, you have to want to know the truth, and once you do that, then everything that's not the truth comes up, and you get to look at it, and you get to decide, do you want to keep living your life the way you've been doing it and getting what you've been getting, or do you want to change? Do you want to start incorporating new things and doing new things so that you get a different result?
Exactly. So basically you want to do that because you will stop looping. And you will understand, as a conscious creator of reality, the causes and effects of whatever you're experiencing. Unless you go to the causes and you understand, oh, that's why I keep recreating this. Oh, that's why I keep on attracting the same people into my life, the same partners, the same friends, whatever. Oh, that's why I'm on the same job situation, with the same boss that is angry all the time, or this or that. So unless we understand the cause, and only the masters can point us to the cause, we are unconscious, we are ignorant, and we keep on looping and repeating the same patterns. And then we become angry and frustrated, and on it goes. So then we start hurting ourselves and punishing ourselves and being destructive to ourselves just because we are blaming others for our conditions, inner and outer conditions. So we want to become conscious creators of reality. So what is the iceberg? We are sometimes barely aware of our conscious patterns, but then we have the unconscious and the subconscious. So that's where the healing starts. That's the iceberg. That's the 90%. Yes? So it's the only way to get out of that. But for that, you have to give to your soul the gift of truth above all else. Just start chanting that on a daily basis if you can. Takes a couple of minutes, do that. But it's reconnecting the soul, the inner child, with the desire for light, the desire for victory, the desire for God, the desire for health and healing, the desire for more abundance, but the real one, not greed and ambition, the real one. Yes? So that's a mantra it's a gift to your soul, saying that mantra, because only truth will set you free, Jesus said. So we will give another tool, and that's how we open the door to the world teachers. It's called the I Am Light Decree. And the I Am Light Decree will help you start bringing more light into what we call the 4 quadrants of matter. We all have 4 lower bodies: the etheric, the mental, the emotional, or the desire body, and the physical. The one that is really tricky is the desire body, the emotional body. Because if we have the wrong desire in life, all the energy we cultivate goes to the wrong things, and we end up destroying ourselves. So the desire body is one we have to really, really master and conquer. So we have these 4 quadrants. Etheric, that's the memory body. There's a higher etheric body and a lower etheric body. The lower one is the records and memories that we have of all the journey of the soul. But in the higher etheric body, we have the divine blueprint for our life. Yes? But we generally function from the lower one, unfortunately. So we have the etheric body, mental, emotional, physical. With the I Am Light, we will go send light to all these bodies. The etheric body represents the super consciousness, because it's where the higher potential for us, the higher vision, the template of divinity is, the divine design. The mental represents the conscious body, consciousness, what we are conscious of. So the mental is consciousness. The emotional is the subconscious. And the physical is the unconscious. So we want to be sending the I am light decree that we will do together now. I will show that on screen. Because once we choose the truth, then we need light to know what we have stored in all our bodies. Yes, because the soul is surrounded by these 4 bodies. And we have to prepare these 4 bodies, the foundation of our pyramid of ascension, right? For the soul to be able to rise. Because we have the right substance in the etheric, mental, emotional, physical. So we help the soul rise. So I'll share the I am light decree. This was given to Guru Ma, our guru from the Summit Lighthouse. And Ascended Master Kuthumi gave her this decree. So this is something that you can chant on a daily basis when you go into meditation. Again, knowing that you will be illuminating all your lower bodies from the superconscious to the unconscious one. And you will receive more light into those bodies to then examine yourself honestly and know what you have to be purifying in those bodies and what you can keep, of course, and amplify because you have cultivated merit and beautiful things also in those bodies, and that will help your soul rise. So you can give this decree. If you do it for the first time, we recommend you do that decree 9 or 33 times for 9 or 33 days. So a novena to begin with, it can be 9 days if it's the first time. So for 9 consecutive days, you take some time to do 9 minutes of this I am light decree. You keep on chanting it and repeating it. We'll do it now together. If you go for the challenge of 33 days, that's going to be amazing. But also do the sacred breath and the forgiveness prayer, because this will bring karma, karmic records and ancestral records to the surface. Yeah, so you want to balance that with the help of the violet flame so that you mitigate the return of karma, and you do it mildly, okay? And these are processes guided by God and the Ascended Masters, so they know what we are ready to face in each moment. You'll never be shown a record that you cannot resolve. Yeah, so trust. If you're receiving this tool, then during the month, this is the guidance. Start doing this, plus the truth above all else, because that's what all the souls present here today need to take the next step, okay? And even for our older students, do the I am light this month, because there's a reason why Master Kuthumi is guiding us back to this decree. So we'll give it together, and then I'll explain a few things about what this decree is saying. So as we give this decree, we'll do it 3 times together today. See if you can also, as you say it or you listen to it for the first time, you start visualizing a few of the things the decree is saying. It's a very visual decree. It's doing something with the light, okay? So let's take a deep breath and give it together 3 times. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day, I am a focus of the central sun. Flowing through me is a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day, I am a focus of the central sun. Flowing through me is a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day, I am a focus of the central sun. Flowing through me is a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. Feel yourself surrounded by the yellow light. It's a golden yellow light that will start occupying your bodies, going into the superconscious, conscious, subconscious, and unconscious parts of you, to go into the real causes of whatever you are experiencing right now. Just to be shown, to be guided as to what needs healing. So we don't control the light and tell the light, I want you to heal this today, or I want you to do that in me. The light will go where it needs to go. So we surrender. We allow the light to guide us to see the things we are in denial of, because the light wants to help us become liberated. The light is our friend. So what is happening inside of us in the inner planes when we are giving this degree? First of all, we make the connection with Master Kuthumi, his electronic presence. What that means is when we connect with the electronic presence of a master, we connect with the causal body of the master, where the merit of the master is. So that master will share a little bit of his energy with us, not because he's going to do the work for us, but he's going to give us an increment so that we have more light in us to overcome. So first we make the connection with the master. In this case, Kuthumi. Kuthumi is known as the master psychologist. Psychology means the study of the soul. So he can help us understand the fragmentation of the soul, why the soul is suffering, and what she needs, the care and the love that she needs to rise. So I'll go over the decree once more, explaining a few things. So it starts by saying, I am light. I am means I am presence. We start the decree by being in the I am presence, the God self that we are. So I am light, not the personality, not the small self. The light is the I am in me, right? The presence, the God in me. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensified light. So it not only invoke the light, it will start expanding in all the bodies to flush out all the things we don't need anymore. Yes? So the light is moving in us. It's doing something in us. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. So who's going to consume my darkness? Me, with my smart mind? God in me consumes my darkness. Because if it were up to me personally, maybe I wouldn't like to heal anything, right? Or address any issues inside of me. So God will decide what I'm ready to consume, when and why, and he will do it with me, consuming all the darkness, transmuting it. Transmuting means alchemy. Darkness has to become light. Fear has to become love. This day, I am a focus of the central sun. So I am a focus, I am a point of light here in the earth. as above, so below. Yes, I am the embodiment of light here on earth. Flowing through me is a crystal river. The crystal river is the crystal cord. So this thread, this cord coming from the presence, from the I am that I am to our heart, to the threefold flame in our heart. And through the crystal cord, we receive the supply of God's energy. If we didn't have a crystal cord and a threefold flame in the heart, we wouldn't be alive. Yes? So through the crystal cord, we receive cosmic energy. And it cleanses us. It's a cleansing process, right? Because every time we receive cosmic energy, we flush out something of the human consciousness. So flowing through me is a crystal river. We have to become aware there's this crystal river sustaining us on a daily basis. A living fountain of light. Did you all know you have a living fountain of light in you? Not because you give it energy. God gives you the energy for that. That can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. It can never be distorted, attacked, perverted, because it's the light of God in you. If you make the connection with that, if you take refuge in the crystal cord, we call it the inner pillar also, right? It's different, but it's the same concept. Then you're in a good place inside, very centered in your God consciousness, and nothing can affect you. Such darkness as has used me, because the dark forces are using humanity and we allow them to do that sometimes. They get into our conscious body, unconscious, subconscious, etc., right? So there is darkness using us sometimes. And we have to be able to challenge that. It's not excusing, oh, the dark forces are doing this or that, oh, the ego. Well, you're allowing that. You have to stop it, right? So such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light, which I am. Again, that crystal core with all this God supply and God energy can swallow up the darkness if you do this decree daily. I am light. One process is to swallow up the darkness, to do the alchemy, but then we have to claim, I am light. That's my reality. That's the truth in me. So we are telling the different bodies, I am light. I'm not the suffering. I'm not the trauma. I'm not the shadow. I'm not the darkness. My true identity is in the light. So I am light. 3 times we say it. I am. I live in light. So I am light, but I end up externalizing that to live in the realm of light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. So not the intention of the ego. It's the Christ mind in me now. I am light, 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 flooding the world everywhere I move. It means wherever I go, the light goes with me. Yes, it's talking about the physical action of the light. So wherever I go, I emanate this light to bring more light into the world. And wherever I move, I bless, it says blessing, strengthening and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. So if I'm connected internally to my light, everywhere I move, I am blessing all life, strengthening all the students and chelas of the Ascended Masters to walk the path of liberation, and conveying to everyone through our presence the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. Why we have to walk a path of light and not a path of greed and separation and conflict. Yes? So if we have and we hold on to the light in our hearts, we activate the purpose in everyone's heart and the desire to walk the path of the Ascended Masters. Yes? And to be part of the solution of the world and usher in the golden age versus be part of the fallen ones, the fallen consciousness, because we have a choice. Yes? See all that you're activating with just one decree? Yes, given by the master psychologist, Ascended Master Kuthumi. So for the ones who are new to this decree, You can use a chat box to ask anything or to share, or maybe share how you felt when we did this 3 times today. So while you share, let's recap a little bit on the tools. If you want to start building or upgrading your meditation practices, you can start with a sacred breath that we did at the beginning. Do the forgiveness prayer with a valid flame activity. Then you can do the I am light, so that the patterns you discovered with a valid flame that need to be transmuted, then you send light to those patterns into all these bodies. You can do the truth above all else, to reconnect the soul with her desire to rise above the karma and the shadow and the ancestral imprints. So you can do all the tools or one, but we give you, a variety of tools so that you can start building your practices. And the more you commit to your healing journey, the more you will see results, right? So Saiba says, I actually feel lighter and some physical pain I had around my neck and shoulders has been uplifted. Blessings. These are the masters working through us, all of us. So thank you, Master Kuthumi. We always thank God and the masters for whatever we were experiencing. It's not us humans doing anything. We're just instruments of the light. And when we get together, we can help one another receive more because we are amplifying that light. So thank you, Saiba, for sharing that. Oh, there's another question before that. Monica is saying, do we need to request the valid flame before doing the forgiveness prayer, or does it do it automatically? So yes, the forgiveness prayer is an expression of the valid flame. What you can do is take a few moments and go to your heart, and you can write it down on a piece of paper or just take it to your heart. What is the pattern, situation, person you want to be forgiving, including yourself? Most of the times we have to forgive ourselves. So you mention that and you ask the forgiveness prayer, the valid flame, to go into that record in particular and help you clear that or unburden yourself from the charge of that situation. Yes. So the forgiveness prayer has these 2 parts. I forgive myself and I forgive all of creation. That's pure valid flame. The valid flame starts working from this embodiment backwards till the first embodiment, right? So it clears records from like today backwards. The fresher records first, the easier to recognize, and then into very subconscious records. So we want to be saying, I forgive myself for anything that I did when I was unconscious, for all the things I projected onto life, for all the anger, the sadness, the rebellion, anything that is happening in the heart. And I forgive all of creation, all the people you hurt consciously or unconsciously, or hurt you consciously or unconsciously. And sometimes you will find that some people are difficult to forgive, or you can forgive yourself for something. With a forgiveness prayer, you'll start doing that. Second part, when we clear that and we have forgiven a little bit at least, I bless myself. I have to receive a blessing to move on after the forgiveness, right? I bless myself, an increment of light, and I bless my creator. Because who's allowing me to do the alchemy and give me the energy to do the alchemy? God, source, creator. So in just 2 lines, we're decreeing something that is so, or praying for something that is so, so profound. We want to forgive because if we are entangled with a soul through non-forgiveness, we cannot become liberated. Yes? And sometimes we are tied to that person that we need to forgive, and unless we do that, we can't move forward. Yes? So we become the victims of the people we don't forgive. We become the victims of the people we don't forgive. Because you'll recreate that trauma of fear or abuse over and over and over. So just let go. Forgiving is not saying it was okay. It's I want to move forward and let go of that and free up the energy to put it to use for better causes than just being resentful. Yes? It doesn't make the situation okay, because again, the other person has to repair, or you have to repair for what you have done anyway. but it means I'm moving on. So you do a great service to you and everybody if you forgive, because then you're the prisoner to the one you're not forgiving. It's very silly to not forgive. If we understand the law, we want to forgive. We want to find the people here on earth we made karma with, to have the opportunity to balance that with a person. And the balancing of karma can be financially, emotionally, taking care of someone physically, so many ways. Praying for the person, many, many things. Wishing them well. So that's what the forgiveness prayer is doing. Rochelle is saying, I felt an airy vibration throughout my body. Thank you. Thank the masters. Monica, thank you so much. That was very helpful. There was another comment before. Someone asked about the Ho'oponopono, I think. That was a long time ago. So I don't find now the message there. But someone asked if the forgiveness prayer is similar to the Ho'oponopono. I know the Ho'oponopono, but I don't really practice that or know exactly what's around that energy of the Ho'oponopono. What I can say about the Violet Flame and the forgiveness prayer, it will help you balance karma. I'm not sure, because I don't know it, the Ho'oponopono, if it goes deep to the records, and apart from saying thank you, I love you, and all that stuff, you actually balance karma with that, or how that goes. Because it's not just a prayer. The prayer comes from a bigger teaching. And in this case, the forgiveness prayer comes from Saint Germain, an ascended master. And it's not just the prayer. It's within a bigger context of teachings, yes, that helps us be of service to life and balance karma and open up to our Dharma, etc. So I don't know the context for the Ho'oponopono and the teachings around that prayer, so I cannot really answer if it's exactly the same effect. For me, I've done many things before being on a path of ascended masters, and many things help us get prepared to mentor with the ascended masters, but they don't help us really balance the karma. So for me, in my experience, I have found that only the ascended master teachings are authentic, real, and real keys to liberation. That's what I can say. There are many tools and practices and modalities that maybe prepare you to balance karma, because the masters have said that to find the teachings of the ascended masters, you have to have balanced at least 25% of your karma. Students are not even interested in following the ascended masters if they haven't balanced 25% of their karma before. So many things we do before finding these teachings is just preparation to just want and feel worthy of being mentored by the ascended masters. Okay, so that's my answer, my honest answer. If someone knows about that, maybe you can share, but I just trust the ascended master teachings. That's what I can say. It's an authentic path of enlightenment. And the ascended masters have said through many messengers before that, I'm not a messenger of the masters, by the way, but many messengers that came before us said that they are writing the new Bible for the Aquarian age. So basically all the dictations of the ascended masters by Guru Ma, for example, Alanello, or all that came before, all the teachings of the ascended masters are kind of the new scripture, the new gospel, the everlasting gospel. They go straight to the heart, they open your crown chakra, and they help us in the path of liberation, enlightenment, and to make the ascension. The soul wants to ascend finally. So, okay, so any other questions? Yeah, well, Monica's actually saying, thank you for the explanation. I found the Summit Lighthouse 8 to 10 years ago and was drawn to it, but somehow I was not ready yet. Now this makes more sense. Yes. Yes, and sometimes, we have to find our true guru, because I had initially a guru at the beginning of my journey, and I consider her my initiator. I call her my initiator, but she was not it, right? She was not my guru. The guru is the one who has the key to your heart. He will step down the frequency so that your heart, your soul understands the teachings. So sometimes we start in a community with teachings, with a mentor guru, and that helps us get prepared. And we receive the initial teachings and the encouragement and the vision for enlightenment. But then we keep on going till we find the one that can step down the frequency and get to our hearts and souls. And that's where we stay. Yeah. So there's a phase of exploration, but I don't recommend that lasts forever. Eventually, you have to surrender your heart to your guru mentor, because otherwise you'll keep on looping and beating about the bush and getting nowhere. So exploration is good because, of course, you have to trust your guru mentor. You have to trust the way they teach and what they teach and how they teach and the community they are creating. But you can't explore forever, because being the eternal student will get you nowhere. Yes? So I give thanks for all the ones who maybe started in other ways. And if you are directed here, if you want to stay here, you're welcome. Maybe we are your initiators and we are leading you to someone else. That's service to the light. There's selflessness involved. It's how we help one another find our mentors and find the three jewels so that we can become liberated. By the way, we didn't meet Guru Malanelo, the founders of the Summit Lighthouse, the messengers of the Brotherhood in embodiment. We made the connection from heart to heart later in life, and we are very much connected to them, and they guide us on a daily basis, and they have connected us with the masters. So we want to honor Guru Malanelo, because it's because of them also that we are doing all this and sharing these teachings. So anyone wants to share something through the chat box? I'll feel it doing the I am light 3 more times. What do you think? Yes? So if someone is feeling any heaviness in any of the bodies, become aware of that so that you receive more light and we guide the light to those places. So baby Swana, do you have the I am light decree handy? We'll wait a moment, but let's start first connecting with any heaviness, density in the lower bodies that make us a little bit sluggish or make us come up with excuses, and I can't move forward, and it's difficult, and this and that. So let's start bringing more light to the bodies, because we need to master those bodies to move forward. So let's do it, Swana, 3 times. Yes, and we can all say it silently together with her.
I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensifying light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day I am a focus of the central sun, flowing through me as a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light, which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensifying light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day I am a focus of the central sun, flowing through me as a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light, which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven. I am light, glowing light, radiating light, intensifying light. God consumes my darkness, transmuting it into light. This day I am the focus of the central sun, flowing through me as a crystal river, a living fountain of light that can never be qualified by human thought and feeling. I am an outpost of the divine. Such darkness as has used me is swallowed up by the mighty river of light, which I am. I am light. I live in light. I am light's fullest dimension. I am light's purest intention. I am light, flooding the world everywhere I move, blessing, strengthening, and conveying the purpose of the kingdom of heaven.
So allow the light to go into all these lower bodies so that we surround the soul with more light. She deserves that. And for the ones who really want to follow the guidance of the world teachers, and for this month of August, do the I Am Light and all the other teachings, if you want, you can send us an email, info@gaitanayantal.com, and we can share with you the PDF of this I Am Light decree, or answer your questions to help you build up your disciplines. And also for the ones who really, really want to go deeper and start a path of mastery and receive, we have 33 light codes that the world teachers have given us for this new curriculum. It's 33 little short mantras or affirmations that activate codes of light inside of us. It's a kind of meditation. That's a course that we offer on an ongoing basis, and you decide when to start and when to finish. Swana and Simbel are the ones guiding that. And of course, we received 33 light codes because it's the Christ consciousness. It's a metaphor for the Christ consciousness. So it helps us awaken the higher self consciousness in us. And that's not very easy because we still have the lower self and the ego and the personality that will fight against the higher self, right? So either Simbel or Swana, if you choose to really take this seriously and go deeper and follow Jesus and Kuthumi and get prepared to bring more light into the world, you can send an email to them or contact them. All the information is on our website for Master Your Destiny. We call that program. They will now introduce themselves. They offer introductory sessions for free for you to meet them, and they can tell you what the path looks like and about the 33 light codes and the technology, and they will help you and offer you sessions once a week. So it's good that we make the choice at some point in life to stop looping and to stop abandoning ourselves. And we want to create a prosperous life, not just for ourselves, but also to serve others. And maybe we are not here to do formal service in the sense that we will be known by humanity, but it's so many ways in which we can bring love and light to the world and we can help someone. But for that, we have to be conduits, instruments of the light first, and function more from the higher self to do that. So that's what Swana and Simbel can help you with. So Swana, Simbel, anything you want to say about that for the ones who are ready or someone listening maybe to this later? Swana, what's the invitation for Master Your Destiny?
It's just a beautiful opportunity for you just to propel yourself forward, and you receive increments of light in each session when you come together with Simbel and myself. And you just allow yourself the opportunity to see what your potential is and to start aligning more with your soul purpose and discovering what that is and what your core virtues are, not your sort of abilities in the material world, but your core virtues, things like nurturing more love and more compassion and receiving more grace. So it's just a beautiful process. And again, you can take it as far as you wish it to go, because we are continually moving forward and learning all of the time. So it is just a joy to be able to share everything that we receive with others too.
Simbel, what can you say about why do we want to master our destiny? What is that program about?
Well, it's really about understanding that we are multidimensional beings and we are energy, and learning how to master that energy and everything that's involved in that energy, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, right? And so we want to clear away that bad and ugly in a very graceful way. And Enlightened Education, like the light codes that Gaitana Yantal have brought through the Ascended Masters, are a really amazing way to do this. It's a path to liberation. And it's structured in a way that your mind just doesn't get it, but your soul does. And that's the real beauty about it, is that if you just say, I'm going to do this, the transformation happens. And it happens on a level that you can't control. That's, again, letting go of the ego and just surrendering and trusting in the process and knowing that if I follow this and I commit to this, that transformation is going to happen. And that's the path to liberation, which is really what our soul is desiring so much. When you really connect to your heart and find ways to do that, then this light technology is beautiful in giving you tools to help you with that. And they're, again, it's tools that, like this violet flame and the sacred breath that we did today and the I am light decree. On the surface, we don't fully get it. Gaitana did a beautiful job explaining what the I am light is, yet you just keep repeating it and keep repeating it. And then all of a sudden you notice something's different about how you respond, how you react. And, oh, I'm starting to master my destiny. Look, I'm not reacting anymore. I'm actually being very conscious about how I'm using my energy and my life force. This vital life force energy that's such a gift from God. So anyway, I just encourage anybody who has this calling within their heart and feels today that these world teachers are calling to you, that you have something to offer to the world and you want to present that and share that in the most pure way, to start on this path and just find out what is possible, because all is possible.
Yeah. So the ways to answer today's calling of the world teachers is do the practices at home. That's a good way of responding and answering. Second, you can have a free introductory session with either Simbel or Swana, just to make the connection, because you have to trust your mentor when you start walking the path. I need to tell you that it's, from my perspective, impossible to become liberated without the help of a mentor. Impossible. Because the ego is very deceptive. And someone is agreeing. And you will think you're making progress and you've got it. But that's most of the times the path of accommodation. We start accommodating things to our convenience and we fool ourselves, right? And the reason why we mentor with ascended masters through us here in embodiment is that we cannot fool the masters. When we think we are being smart, they know, right? We know. So really having a mentor is starting a very deep connection. It's the guru-chela relationship, or, the master-student relationship, someone who's going to be your friend in the path. They will not do things for you, but they want your victory and they will partner with you till you become victorious, or as far as you want to go, right? So it's very difficult to do it on our own because we have this ego that fools us all the time. And we don't want to see what we don't want to see. And it's difficult to illuminate the 90% of the iceberg and be honest about what is there. And then also the hierarchy of light, which is not a hierarchy in terms of better or worse, it's just for the stepping down of frequencies. God is gifting us, all of us, a mentor. Someone who is choosing to dedicate their lives to help me, to help you. Isn't that love in action? That God has thought about that? Someone is dedicating their life and preparing for years. So, but by the time you find that mentor, they have the medicine for you. They have the keys. Yes? And they'll show you how to use your potential, how to unlock your causal body, all the merit you have accumulated from previous lifetimes, so that with the merit, you can move forward and clear the iceberg. Yes? So this is amazing. So then you can do the practices. You can contact our life mentors, Swan or Simbel, and have a free conversation with them to get to know them, ask questions. They will share their experience and all that you need to know. Master Your Destiny is ongoing. It's once a week, and you can start and end whenever you want. So we love to do it that way because we are serving you, and we never know when you're coming and leaving the community. So we are here for you till we are in embodiment at least. So that's called Master Your Destiny. If someone can share the link on the chat box, it's easier to find. You can also help us a lot by sharing a testimonial. If you want to write a testimonial here on the chat box, that then we can use for our website, or you can send us an email with the testimonial, or once we upload this video to YouTube, below the video on YouTube, you can leave a comment there to inspire others to listen to the All Is Possible retreats and also find this calling. If you want to get the book, The Child, the Master, and the Inner God, to start connecting with frequencies of health and abundance, that's on our website. It's on a PDF format, so you can download it very quickly. It's also on Amazon Kindle. There we give you the foundational teachings, what divine healing is, and some foundational practices. You can take it from there. You have some work with the inner child in that book also. So we have lots of resources, yes, for you, prepared. And we are eager really to help all the souls who want to start the path of liberation, enlightenment, ascension. The time has come. So these are ascended master teachings. It's a real thing. Maybe you've prepared for years before finding these teachings and this curriculum and the 33 light codes. Certainly took a lot of time, even for us to get those 33 light codes and to try them with an initial community and now with our community, because it's difficult to be embodying the higher self when we have all the excuses to not show up in that higher version of ourselves, right? Because we got caught up in the matrix and what people do, and we are victims and this and that. So if you would give the 33 light codes to your soul to become liberated, you're really honoring your embodiment and your calling for this lifetime. So any questions, final questions? So do the practices. So Monica is saying, thank you. No, that was wonderful and a beautiful way to spend my Sunday morning with you. Thank you. Saiba, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you all here. And thank you, because being here, you're also bringing your energy to this container. We can use that to multiply many things and bring more light to the world through you, because you're all a door to someone also. Yes, as you have more light in you, then you take that light to your loved ones and humanity. Are you all feeling good? Yes. Okay, then. Remember that we get together every first Sunday of the month. So next one is September. Rochelle is saying, thank you. I have been seeking assistance with mastering my soul growth and getting out of the loop I've been in for a few years. It is by no mistake that I am here. You resonated with me very strongly. I apologize for being delayed. Okay. So again, a good starting point, because some of you joined later. You have this book, The Child, the Master, the Inner God, on our website, Portals to Tune In to Divine Health and Abundance. You have really all the main teachings to start your healing journey with us. And if you want to then go deeper, because, having a book is not enough. We have to activate the wisdom of the book with a mentor. Yes, but with a book, we get acquainted. We know what's available, what's possible, but it's not enough. Yes. So maybe the book is the first step for some, doing the practice, the I Am Light, and then choosing one of the life mentors, and then you start your path of mastery. So thank you for being here. So our YouTube is Gaitana Yantal. If you look on YouTube for Gaitana Yantal, there you have the link that Yantal has shared. So it's youtube.com/Gaitana Yantal. You can find all the previous replays there and other videos. So thank you. We love you all. Hope that you connect with the heart of Jesus and Kuthumi, and because they are calling you for a reason, and you have to discover why. Okay. Many, many blessings, and hope to see you in our community soon. Love you. Bye.